Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your November 2019 Love Life reading, monthly reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I appreciate you guys so much. So, I'm going to do this a little bit differently this month because I was MIA for the month of October while I was moving. And so your November monthly reading is going to be centered around your love life. I will have a mid-month check-in coming to you within the next week or so, and that's going to have your general overall energy plus a love life check-in for your mid-month. Your 2020 yearly forecast will be coming soon after, along with your December readings. So let's get started. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What is the overall message for your love life? Remember that this is a general reading and not all messages will resonate with everyone. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Never force a message to apply. Let's see what's going on for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Religious factors. Unrequited love. Oh dear. Release your ex. What is going on, Libra? These are three pretty tough cards here. For some, it could be a mixture of all three. For others, it's, one of each message. Take your pick. Which one applies to you, Libra? Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So let's start with that one. Some of you may be going through a spiritual awakening. I have a feeling that you don't realize you're going through a spiritual awakening. You might, in fact, just Google the damn thing and be like, what are symptoms? Signs of a spiritual awakening. Don't be ashamed, Libra. Do it. Handle it. Do what you got to do. But I feel that there is a part of you that's gnawing away, and it's been happening for quite some time. That's like, something's not right. Not that you're not right. Something's not right. Things are changing. Your life is changing. You should be evolving with the rest of your life. Some of you may feel a little stagnant. Life is moving all around you, but yet you don't feel like you've made enough progress. I feel like some of you feel like time escapes you. And so some of you may be expanding on that spiritual path that maybe you didn't have to begin with until, very recently. Others of you are just at the very beginning of your spiritual path. So if you are in a relationship, you're having a hard time understanding everything, let alone explaining what it is that you're feeling or thinking or experiencing. Sometimes it can be difficult to express the way you've been feeling. I mean, just by saying, I don't feel myself, I feel off, is enough for the general population to understand. But you and I both know it goes beyond that. I also feel that some of you may have like this tug of war thing where you were raised a specific way, not to believe in like certain spiritual things and, what people dub spirituality and religion. And, you have a really hard time trying to mesh the two together because of your upbringing and because of what you're currently experiencing. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I do feel that you may be a little hesitant to explain any of this to any of your family for fear of being judged or not being understood, right? And then we have the unrequited love card. My goodness, Libra, you've got it tough this month. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So if that's your message, if you're wondering whether or not you have a relationship that is going to survive, whether or not the reasons why you've had certain problems in your relationship is because it's unrequited love. I mean, I feel like for some of you, you're really into someone and they're just not that into you, and you're trying to get their attention. Maybe you do have their attention for some of you, but it's just not enough. You know, you can't fake the funk when the connection isn't there. The attraction can be there and you might get along really, really great, but when there's something a little off, or that there's something not there and you just don't vibe, you just don't click, it's best to accept it and see it for what it is, instead of forcing a connection that's not vibing on the same level. I feel that if you or they, or, you know, whatever it may be, I feel like there's this need for security and wanting to make sure that this person feels the same way, and they're kind of aloof about it, like, yeah, of course, you're totally cool, and, you know, they give you like generic statements, so you're thinking, well, okay, they're into me, they like me, but I feel like this person may still be keeping their options open, is what I'm hearing. Libra, be careful. Because I feel they say enough, you know, so that you're like, yeah, they're totally into me. You know, they're just busy right now, or, you know, whatever it might be. But if they haven't locked it down with you, honey, like, they're keeping their options open. I just keep hearing that. Okay, and now here we come to the third card, release your ex. I'm not feeling like all three oracle messages are like should belong together for one person. I really feel that, Libras, you just have a mixed bag of energies going on with you guys. And so for some of you, you have the release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And I know, I get it. Some people are like, you know what? I'm like not even having it with them. I'm not even dealing with them. I don't even talk to them. I don't even think about them. You know, and you might be like over them and not pining over them and thinking that you've moved on, because some of you have moved on. But you have to understand that energetically, you can carry someone's energy from one relationship to the next, from one chapter of your life to the next, not realizing that if you were in a toxic relationship, or, you know, involved with a very negative person, or someone with heavy energies that just drained you emotionally, mentally, physically, it can wear you down to the point that it makes it difficult to continue on to the next chapter, the next path. Now, if you have moved on, your current partner may be paying or suffering the consequences for whatever this ex may have done. Because I feel that there's some sort of reactionary attitude, or fighting, or just, you know, disagreements. Like the minute someone says or does something that reminds you of your ex, and it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be your your current partner or spouse. It can be your brother, your sister, and it's like your mom, your dad, your coworker, your friend, your kids, and it's like, oh, it irks you, and you just want, like, you want them to stop because it takes you back to that energy. But that's you still holding on to the energy of the ex, because if you still have a negative reaction to something that someone did because it resembled what the ex whom you're over and done with and put behind you did, you're still carrying that energy. That vibe is still with you. If your ex smacked his mouth when he was eating, and now your kids do it, and you're like, oh my God. And it's not like a little, like, I'm going to tell them, you know, right and wrong and like fix the problem. No, it like drives you nuts. You know, and then it takes you back to, oh, I'll never forget that one time I went here, you know, so-and-so with, you know, to this place with so-and-so, and they were doing that and it was so embarrassing. And then it's like makes your blood boil the way it used to, like you were still there. Clear the energy. Doesn't mean you still have feelings for them. Doesn't mean you still want them, that you still resent them, although some of you might. It just means you just need to release yourself from that energy from the past. Sometimes you don't realize that you carry those past energies. I'm introducing 2 new decks this month with this month's reading, and it's going to be the Tarot of the Night, as well as the Tarot Grand Lux for your clarifiers. They're beautiful decks. I hope you guys love them. So here we go. Let's go beyond these oracle messages. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Love Life reading November 2019. I'm going to separate these messages. I'm just not feeling it separate. I'm just not feeling it together. So if you think all 3 apply to you, then all 3 will apply to you. If one or the other does, I just feel like there's all kinds of weird combinations here. So again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Religious factors. Let's move on with this. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Clarify that for Libra, please. Yeah, Ace of Swords. You're coming to your own personal truth. Look at this. It's like your third eye opening. Do you see that? It's beautiful. Look at that. Let me see if you could see that. Okay. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Do you see that? Gorgeous. It's as though your third eye is opening. That Ace of Swords. That's your own personal truth. Truth. Victory in your own truth, in being who you are meant to be, who you are divinely guided. I'm not going to take these because 3 of them came out. That was a 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Cups. So let me stick them back in. All right. So religious factors. Two of Pentacles. And of course, this is already telling me a story. Like I said, 8 of Cups. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So you're taught one thing and you're experiencing another. It doesn't mean you don't still believe in whatever religious upbringing that you had. If you're, you know, raised Catholic, Jewish, or, you know, whatever it might be. You have the Ace of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and 2 of Swords, and you have 2 2s here. And that's trying to figure out what your own internal balance is. See, you've discovered what your own personal truth is because you've realized you can trust your gut, you can trust your intuition, you can trust your mind's eye because you're experiencing, feeling, thinking, seeing so many different things. And although some things may go against your religious upbringing, what you're experiencing and the level of clarity as you expand on this spiritual awakening, as you're, you know, as you start to expand on, you know, this higher level of consciousness, I know that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I know that I'm meant for greater things. I know that I can do more. I know that this isn't my life, that there is more to me than meets the eye. And so some of you may be, you know, in limbo with, you know, do I tell my super religious family that I'm also spiritual, with them not realizing what I mean by spiritual is not the same of what they consider spiritual. Do I really want to have that religion talk, that religion debate, you know, or do I just want to walk away from it and expand on my own? But as you do that on your own, you go from being, you know, seeing things clearly and owning your own truth to, is this going to keep me stuck? Because I'm not fully deciding on what path I should stick to. But Libra, who says you have to stick to one? Who says you can't be religious and spiritual at the same time? Only you can know what's best for you as you move forward. 6 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. So do what you need to do. Put in the work into yourself. And if that means being more religious than spiritual, being more spiritual than religious, and, you know, trying to figure this out on your own, by all means, do what's best for you. I feel as though you have already figured it out, what your next step should be. 2 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and 8 of Pentacles. It's about working on yourself, working on expanding your you know, higher level of consciousness. If that means moving forward and putting certain things, certain people, certain ideas behind, so be it. And that's what I see here for this message. Let's move on to unrequited love. Now let's move on to unrequited love here. Tell me about unrequited love for Libra. Why is Libra experiencing unrequited love? Expand on this, please. Okay, the Moon, 4 of Pentacles, and the Moon card. Five of Cups. Angel of the Night. I'm going to take these, and that's the Lovers and the Hierophant card. Okay, here we go. Unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry between the two of you to be able to keep this moving forward. So this may be a connection or relationship of convenience. For example, you're friends, you fool around, it's convenient, one of you falls in love with the other one's just like still trying to keep it as friends, things of that nature. Or, you know, you are on this double date, is double, triple date. I'm seeing 2 or 3 couples. And, you know, they have a single friend, you're the single friend, you all go out together. It's a relationship of convenience, no real connection. And I feel like you both know that there's no real deep connection beyond the superficial. There is this sense of being a little guarded. But I feel like they are more guarded than you realize. I think you're blaming yourself. Like, why don't they like me? Why aren't they vibing with me? I'm super cool. I'm nice. I'm funny. I'm whatever. Fill in the blank. Why don't they see that in me? It's not that they don't see it. Let me tell you. They have their own issues and demons that they're dealing with. What I'm feeling here, someone here, whether it's you or them, is still stuck on an ex. Is still stuck on a relationship that didn't work out. And it's probably not even going to work out because I'm just not. What I'm seeing here is someone is still stuck on an ex in hopes of things changing and moving forward so they could take that next leap of faith, right? That next level, that next phase of the relationship. So they're a little guarded where they're trying to make sure you're not attracted to them, you don't fall for them, because that's the way they safeguard themselves from having to break it off with you, having to hurt you, or vice versa, Libra. But there's definitely something here that you're not aware of. There's more to this than you know. I feel like this has become kind of an ego thing where you're almost offended that they're not as into you as you thought they should be. I'm also hearing like, don't take this the wrong way, okay, Libra? But it's almost one of those like, boy, you are ugly and I gave you a chance and you're not interested in me? You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Like you are offended. Like, how dare you? I am way hot for you. It's like one of those things, okay? So it's kind of like you're puzzled and it bugs you, like it bothers you, like you can't believe they're not as into you as they should be because you've got other options. But it really has nothing to do with you. They're in their own world. They've got their own secrets, their own demons. There's more to them than you're aware of that's going on behind the scenes. And I feel as though whether it's you or them, whoever this is that's stuck on the X, can't seem to move forward with anyone because they're still hoping for a turnaround. Okay, something just fell in the back of my room. So, as I was saying, I don't know if you heard that, guys. Anyway, and so here we are, crying over spilled milk, trying to figure out, you know, what to do next, what awaits the new chapter. I also feel that if they were to indulge in some sort of connection with you, it's not what you'd anticipate or what you'd expect, and it's certainly not what you deserve. So don't be offended. Don't take offense to this unrequited love. You may be physically attracted. You may be, you know, emotionally, like you know they're a nice guy and you're like, maybe I need a nice guy. You know they're like this hot chick or, you know, whatever it might be. There's something very off here. But the angel of the night says, you've gone through the worst already. It's time for new beginnings. At the end of the cycle, something new will come about, transformation and growth. And so when you release yourself and you let go of that expectation of, they should like me, I'm hot, they should know better, like I gave them a chance type thing, it humbles you. But I feel that this other person that's thinking lovers, you know, connection, wanting to take this a bit more traditional, the way I see it is they're looking for their traditional partner and they don't see that in you because they're still seeing their ex in that situation. It's very confusing for me because I feel it both ways. I'm seeing that some of you Libras are the one waiting for that ex to come back. And so you're just kind of wasting time, killing time on another connection that you know is not going to go anywhere. And you know that this person is kind of feeling you already and you're just like, whatever. But I don't think that you have given up on the relationship from the past. Or if you're the crosswatcher, vice versa. This could be someone else's energy. I do feel new beginnings are on the horizon when you realize that this unrequited love is just that. Unrequited love. Give me a minute. I feel the need to clarify the unrequited love card here. Courtship. It's unrequited love. You're going through the motions. However, I'm still feeling like someone here is holding out for someone from the past that it didn't work out with. Or someone's holding out for a wealthy male, or you are that wealthy male. I do feel a sense of this is someone that whether it was you or them, felt like it was going to happen with this wealthy male. They were going to live happily ever after in this new home, new chapter in their life, and something went wrong here. So it's almost as though they don't see anything beyond that wealthy male. I'm just getting a really strange vibe here, Libra. Yeah. Message of concern. Yeah, obviously I'm getting a really weird vibe. You know that there's something off here. Why put yourself in a situation where you might get hurt in the end, right? And it's not worth getting hurt in the end if it's unrequited love and you don't really care about the connection to begin with. Anyway, let's move on. Let me pull for the Release Your Ex card. Okay, Libra, if you need to release your ex, let's get to the bottom of this. See if you could see that okay. All right, Libras that need to release their ex, the time has come to clear your energy. Eight of Wands, some of you may still be communicating with them. Texting, emailing, messaging each other, writing to each other. There is still some sort of connection to them. King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Eight of Wands. Hanged Man did show itself when I was shuffling, and there it is. Some of you do feel like you're unable to move on from this ex. The World card. It is time to let it go. Release yourself. Two of Cups. Dear Lord. Okay. So there is some form of communication, whether you feel that you need to make it, i.e. Mercury retrograde, stop reaching out to an ex, but somehow exes come back in to stir the pot, whether that's you, the courtship card flew out again, whether that's you or someone else. And with that courtship card coming out, I'm feeling that release your ex is the unrequited love. Like what I just said is that. You knew that it wasn't a big deal, but yet somehow you're like, your ego's hurt. Like you're upset that like, how could they not see how awesome I am? How could they like not be into me? What the heck? I'm better than their ex or whatnot, you know? And you have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, King of Pentacles. That's Capricorn card. It can also be Taurus or Virgo. You have the Hanged Man and the World card. You know, like you feel absolutely stuck and you're trying to figure out how to get away from this ex. But you are thinking and overthinking. You are a Libra. You are an air sign. Someone who gets very in their head about certain things. And so there's this, you know, need or want, or it's happening where the two of you are communicating. You know you shouldn't. You don't really care to. You keep saying you want to clear the air, or they do. But there's a lot of, you know, kicked up emotions here. You know that you already have the answers here. You know this connection is just not worth spending another second of your time dwelling over. You have new beginnings in love coming to you, partnerships coming to you. So let's see here. Talk to me about this ex. Let's clarify the Release Your Ex card. You've got to get out of your head and put an end to this altogether. King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is someone who is much more steady, and if you were dealing with a wealthy man, well, that's them. They've got their shit together. They've got the nice home, the nice car. They've got the money, the finances. They could be your wealthy male and you just, you know, fell in love with them. I'm just getting way too many. I'm sorry if this is confusing for you, Libra. I'm getting way too many messages. And I mean, you got 3 different oracles that I need to clarify here. I'm overwhelmed with so many messages right now. Okay, so here it is. Let's clarify. Release your ex. Tell me why Libra has to release their ex. Courthouse. Why does Libra have to release their ex? Journey. One more, please. Message of concern. So some of you may be going through some form of litigation. If you moved away from your ex or your ex moved, someone here may be taking a court, mediation, whatever it may be. There is a need for travel. There's also a need for change of scenery. Maybe you don't have to travel far, but you do need to realize that things happen for a reason. You have to switch which way you're going now. There's a message of concern because there's an issue with the ex and you're still attached to them. Oh my God, Libra, what is up? So much craziness. Oh, they're not feeling well. There's health issues. I feel as though they call you back in with their health issues. Entertaining this ex that's keeping you away from your King of Pentacles, your wealthy male. Oh, dear God. This is like an ex that's in despair, that's hoping you'll come back in because they're treating it like their last dying wish. Like, please, I just can't imagine leaving this earth, this world, without having one last conversation, without having, you know, one last interaction with you. Please come see me. I'll get you a ticket. And some of you already went on this journey and realized that after you took that trip, you may get a call from probate attorney. Okay, I'm feeling like this is a very painful ending. Not just a breakup, but like a painful ending for someone's health or life. So if you experience something like this where, you know, you went back to visit an ex who was on their deathbed or had very, very bad health problems, like coma, unable to communicate, you get a message, come see them. It leaves you feeling, and I'm hearing this, why do you feel like it's your fault? Like, had I not broken up with him, had I not broken up with her, we'd still be together. They wouldn't be in a coma. They wouldn't be on their deathbed because they would be living a different life. You can't blame yourself for stuff like that, Libra. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, you guys have all kinds of crazy energies. Oh dear. Listen, Libra, the energy of your ex has got to go. And I don't mean it to be in a harsh way, but if you hold on to, you know, sad endings, depression, painful endings, you're going to be constantly going through this crazy cycle of pain and torment. Like, you could have done better, like you should have done better, like I'm the reason why they're not here anymore. No, you're not the reason why they're not here anymore. Do not blame yourself. Power of Surrender cards. What does Libra need to release, surrender, or surrender from? 3 cards, please. 1 for each. Let me have 1 for those going through religious factors. Surrender to what is. Yes, right? If you're having a hard time trying to differentiate religion and spirituality, well, you know, you have a hard time accepting that what you've been taught and what you've been raised to believe is different from what you're experiencing, right? Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation compassionately, accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Let me have the Power of Surrender card for those going through the unrequited love energy. Oh, surrender defensiveness. Look at that. I hope it's not too fuzzy. Okay. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So, again, the whole ego thing, right? Where you're almost appalled or offended that they're not as into you as you thought they would be because you thought you were lowering your standards, you know, to even hang out with them or go out with them. And then when you realize that they're not as into you as you thought they would have been, you know, surrender defensiveness, let it go, release yourself. They weren't all that to begin with, right? You weren't all that into them to begin with, right? You can't take everything, you know, so personally. So let's move on. Libras, dealing with the release your ex. Let's clarify. Let me have a card for those Libras that need to release their ex. Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. This reading is going quite long with all those messages. Let me just pull for singles and couples and we'll call it a night. I've got one more reading to do after this and it's already getting late. Okay, here we go. Libra singles. Talk to me about Libra singles. What message do you have for Libra straight up singles, please? Wheel. The Wheel of Fortune, right? Closing out cycles. We talked about this. 4 of Cups. Knight of Swords. That could be you or dealing with another air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Hierophant. Heart of Taurus. And there it is again. You had the Lovers and the Hierophant on one of these. I believe it was the unrequited love. So, the unrequited love, religious factors, and release your ex. Pick your oracle, right? This is a time for you to close out certain cycles and move on, move forward. You may be feeling like you missed a certain opportunity. Again, I keep hearing like you're shocked this person wasn't as into you as you thought you were, as you thought they would be, and yet you kind of found yourself a little attracted to them, kind of liked them a little bit, and you're like, I have all these options, and like, why am I still focusing on the one dude that wasn't into me, on the one chick that wasn't into me? And you kind of want to go in there and like raise a stink, like go in with your sword and be like, what the hell? How can you not be into me? I'm everything that you can practically want in a, you know, in a relationship, and they try to tell you something like they want something more traditional, and you're like, how am I not traditional? How am I not you know, what it is that you're looking for. But why are you fighting it? Why are you stuck on this? Let it go, Libra. You are seriously overthinking this situation. I just heard that some of you lowered your standards thinking, maybe if I let this person in, they might just be the one. And maybe, you know, you got caught up in this little bit of a whirlwind idea that they could have been the one. They're not the one. They wouldn't do that to you. Moving forward, moving on. Let's move towards Libra couples. Libra couples. Knight of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Six of Swords. Again, like I said, moving forward, Libra couples. Two of Coins, which is the Two of Pentacles. And your Knight becomes a King. King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Which I feel looks quite tired of the juggling act, of the emotional ups and downs. Aquarius card, the card of healing, the card of new beginnings, of hope, of emotional balance, of rebirth, and, you know, clearing up that third eye chakra where you're starting to, like I said, you're starting to open up that path. You're starting to realize that being religious and being spiritual are two different things. And you're opening your eyes to it. You're opening your mind to it. Where in the past, you weren't as receptive as, you know, you could have been. I do feel that there's a lot of emotional energy that's just been going up and down as you go through a spiritual awakening. And if you are coupled up with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, man, are they tired. They're feeling drained of your emotional ups and downs. And I really feel that it's time that you talk to them about how to move forward from here on out. And you know you need to. You know you have to open up to them. You know you have to tell them because they're your partner, they're your spouse, whatever it may be in your situation. But you feel like this Two of Pentacles, this Two of Coins, where it's like the juggling act. I'm you know, tightrope. I'm about to fall. And if I say something that doesn't sound right, I might as well just jump. But it's okay. You're on your path, on your way to healing and finding your own way. Libra, everything's going to be okay. You guys are dealing with so many crazy emotional energies, so many different energies, Mercury retrograde, and the fact that, well, it's Scorpio season, right? So I wish you all the best. I will have your mid-month check-in in a couple weeks, along with your December monthlies and your 2020 annual yearly forecast, I should say. Okay, Libra, have a wonderful rest of the month. We'll see you for your mid-month. If you're new and this resonated, please hit the thumbs up, double tap that bell so that you get notified when I upload. For everyone else, I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all my viewers. Please hit the thumbs up, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye.